Picture this. It's 3 a.m., and you're jolted awake by a lightning bolt of pain shooting through your calf muscle. So intense that you cry out in the darkness. Your muscle feels like it's twisted into a steel knot, refusing to release its grip no matter how desperately you try to stretch it out. The pain is so overwhelming that tears spring to your eyes, and you find yourself gasping for breath. As you simply make sense of what's happening to your body. If this nightmare scenario sounds familiar, you're not alone in this midnight agony. What if I told you that the very foods sitting in your kitchen right now, foods you probably eat every single, they're harmless or even healthy, could be the hidden culprits behind these excruciating muscle spasms? The Mayo Clinic, one of the world's most respected medical institutions, has identified 5 common foods could be triggering your muscle cramps. And the truth might shock you to your core. Meet Dorothy, a vibrant 68-year-old retired teacher from Ohio who had always prided herself on her active lifestyle. For 3 long years, she endured excruciating leg cramps that would strike without warning, sometimes during her of morning walks with her golden retriever. Sometimes while she was peacefully sleeping. I tried everything, Dorothy recalls, her voice trembling with the memory of those dark days. Stretching routines, heating pads, ice packs, even prescription medications, that made me feel dizzy and the cramps were literally stealing my life away, making me afraid to exercise, afraid to sleep peacefully, afraid of the way I wanted to live. What Dorothy didn't realize during those 3 years of suffering was that her daily routine included severely, actually making her muscle spasms worse. With every bite she took, she had unknowingly created a perfect storm in her body, disrupting the delicate mineral balance that keeps our muscles functioning smoothly and painlessly. The breakthrough in Dorothy's story came when her daughter Sarah, a registered nurse at Cleveland Clinic, attending breathtaking Mayo Clinic seminar on muscle health and nutrition. The presenter revealed shocking research about how certain everyday foods can disrupt the intricate minerals in our muscles, leading to painful spasms and cramps that can devastate quality of life. We've discovered through extensive research that muscle cramps aren't just about dehydration or overuse. The expert into the packed auditorium. They're often the direct result of specific dietary triggers that interfere with normal muscle function at the cellular level. To truly understand why certain foods can turn your muscles into sources of agony, we need to peek inside ourselves and see what happens during a cramp. Think of your muscles as an incredibly sophisticated electrical system, more complex than the wiring in your home, where calcium and magnesium work together in a perfectly choreographed dance that has been refined over millions of years of evolution. Calcium acts like the conductor of an orchestra, telling your muscles when to contract and tighten with precision and power. Magnesium, on the other hand, serves as the gentle but firm voice that signals your muscles when it's time to relax and let go, allowing blood flow to return and waste products to be cleared away. When this delicate balance between calcium and magnesium is disrupted by the wrong foods, your muscles can get stuck in a contracted state, like a door that slams shut and refuses to open. This creates those agonizing spasms that can leave you writhing in pain, desperately trying to find relief as impossible to achieve. The foods that trigger muscle spasms work through several different mechanisms, each one more insidious than the last. Some foods act like mineral thieves in the night, literally stealing magnesium and potassium from your system when you need these essential nutrients most. Others create widespread inflammation throughout your body that disrupts normal muscle function and makes your tissues more susceptible to painful spasms. Still others interfere with your body's electrical signals, causing your muscles to misfire and cramp unexpectedly, like a car engine that sputters and stalls when you need it to run smoothly. Recent research published in the prestigious Mayo Clinic Proceedings followed over 2,000 patients who suffer frequent muscle cramps. And what they discovered was nothing short of revolutionary. When patients eliminated specific trigger foods from their diets, an astounding 78% experienced a significant muscle spasm frequency within just 4 weeks. Even more remarkable, 45% of participants reported complete elimination of their muscle cramps after 3 full dietary changes. transforming their lives in ways they never thought possible. The first food on Mayo Clinic's warning list might shock you, because it's often promoted as healthy and as "have people." Sports drinks and energy beverages. These brightly colored drinks, aggressively marketed as essential for hydration and peak performance, contain dainty combination of artificial sweeteners, excessive sodium, and synthetic additives that can wreak absolute havoc on your muscle function. The artificial sweeteners, particularly aspartame and sucralose, interfere with your body's ability to absorb magnesium, the crucial mineral responsible for muscle relaxation and recovery. Consider the heartbreaking case of Frank, a 55-year-old construction foreman, who had always taken pride in his physical strength and endurance. Frank drank 3 sports drinks daily, believing he was doing everything right to stay hydrated during his hiding job under the scorching sun. Despite consuming what he thought were electrolyte-rich beverages, Frank suffered from severe leg cramps almost every single night. Cramps so intense that his wife would find him on the bathroom floor at 2 a.m., tears streaming down his face, trying to massage the pain away. When Frank finally switched to plain water, with just a pinch of natural sea salt, following advice from understood the hidden dangers of processed sports drinks, his cramps disappeared within 2 weeks. The artificial ingredients in his beloved sports drinks had been creating a magnesium deficiency that his body to overcome. No matter how much he drank or how many supplements he took, the excessive sodium in these beverages creates another devastating problem that most people never consider. It forces your kidneys to work overtime, like an engine running in the red zone, flushing out precious magnesium in the process. Your muscles desperately need these minerals to function properly, and when they're constantly depleted by the very drinks you think are helping you, painful cramps become not just possible but inevitable. The synthetic colors and preservatives in sports drinks also trigger inflammation in susceptible individuals, further disrupting normal muscle function and creating a cascade of problems that can affect your entire body. The second trigger food identified by Mayo Clinic researchers is processed lunch meats and deli products. Those convenient protein sources that millions of people rely on for quick sandwiches and easy meals. These seemingly innocent foods are loaded with sodium nitrates, preservatives, and excessive salt that can trigger muscle spasms in susceptible individuals through a mechanism that most people ever suspect. The sodium nitrates used to preserve these meats interfere with your body's natural nitric oxide nuts, absolutely essential for healthy blood flow to your muscles. When your muscles don't receive adequate blood flow, they become starved of oxygen and nutrients while waste build up like toxic sludge, creating the perfect conditions for painful spasms that can strike without warning. The excessive sodium in processed meats also disrupts your body's fluid balance at the cellular level, leading to dehydration that occurs deep within your muscle tissues. Even when you think you're drinking water throughout the day. Margaret, a 62-year-old office manager who had been eating turkey sandwiches for lunch every day for over a decade, discovered this connection accidentally when she decided to give up processed foods during Lent as a spiritual discipline. "I had no idea that my daily lunch was causing my evening leg cramps," she explains with amazement in her voice. "Within just 1 week of switching to fresh grilled chicken, my cramps started becoming less frequent and less intense. By end of the month, they were completely gone. I couldn't believe that something as simple and seemingly healthy as deli turkey was causing me so much sleepless nights." The third surprising trigger food is diet soda and artificially sweetened beverages. Those zero-calorie drinks that millions of people turn to thinking they're making a healthier choice and their overall health. While these beverages might not add calories to your diet, the artificial sweeteners they contain can actually promote muscle cramps through multiple mechanisms that create a perfect storm of muscle dysfunction. Aspartame, one of the most common artificial sweeteners found in diet sodas, breaks down in your body and can tend to interfere with neurotransmitter function, disrupting the delicate electrical signals that travel between your brain and your muscles. When these signals become scrambled or delayed, your muscles can misfire and go into painful spasms without any warning apparent cause. Research conducted at Mayo Clinic found that people who consumed more than 2 diet sodas per day were likely experience frequent muscle cramps compared to those who avoided artificial sweeteners entirely. The phosphoric acid in diet sodas creates another layer of problems by binding to magnesium in your digestive system, preventing your body from absorbing this crucial muscle, relaxing mineral, even if you're getting adequate crud or supplements. Sarah Thompson, a neurologist who has spent years studying the connection between diet and muscle function, explains the mechanism in simple terms. Artificial sweeteners can alter the electrical activity in nerve cells, making them more likely to send erratas to muscles. When combined with the magnesium-depleting effects of phosphoric acid, diet sodas create a perfect storm for muscle dysfunction that can leave people suffering from painful crate after night. The fourth food that Mayo Clinic warns against is refined white flour products, including white bread, crackers, and baked goods that form the foundation of many people's daily diets. These processed carbohydrates might seem harmless, but they cause rapid spikes in blood sugar that triglyceride inflammation throughout your body, including in your muscle tissues. When your muscles are inflamed, they become hypersensitive and more prone to cramping and spasms, like a car alarm that goes off at the slightest touch. Additionally, the industrial processing that creates white flour strips away essential B vitamins that are crucial for proper nerve function and muscle coordination. Without adequate B vitamins, the electrical signals that control your muscles can become erratic and unpredictable, leading to unexpected cramps and spasms that can strike at any time of day or night. The lack of fiber in refined flour products also affects your body's ability to maintain stable blood sugar levels, creating a vicious cycle of inflammation that keeps your muscles in a constant state of tension and vulnerability. The fifth and final food on Mayo Clinic's avoid list is high sodium canned soups and broths, those conditions that many people turn to for quick, easy nutrition. While these products might seem like a healthy choice, especially when they're marketed as low-fat or vegetable-based, they contain astronomical amounts of sodium that can disrupt your body's delicate electrolyte balance in ways that directly contribute to muscle cramping. A single serving of many canned soups can contain up to 500 milligrams of sodium, which is nearly the entire rated daily intake compressed into one small meal. This excessive sodium intake forces your kidneys to work overtime, causing them to flush out essential minerals like potassium and magnesium that your muscles desperately need to function properly. The preservatives and artificial additives in canned soups also contribute to systemic inflammation, further increasing your risk of muscle cramps and spasms. Now that you understand which foods to avoid, let's talk about how to eliminate these muscle cramp triggers from your daily routine without feeling deprived or overwhelmed by drastic changes. The key is to make gradual, sustainable modifications that become second nature over time, allowing your body to restore its natural mineral balance. To start by replacing sports drinks with natural alternatives that actually support muscle health, instead of reaching for that brightly colored bottle filled with artificial ingredients. Try coconut water that contains potassium and magnesium without any harmful additives. You can also make your own electrolyte drink by adding a pinch of high-quality sea salt and a squeeze of fresh lemon to plain water. This simple combination provides the minerals your muscles need without the chemicals that can trigger cramp. For your protein needs, swap processed lunch meats for fresh, unprocessed alternatives that won't disrupt your muscle function. Grilled chicken breast, hard-boiled eggs, or even leftover roasted turkey from dinner make excellent sandwich fillings without the sodium nitrate content that can trigger spasms. If you must use deli meat occasionally, look for nitrate-free options with minimal ingredients, and rinse them under cold water before eating to remove excess sodium. Breaking the diet soda habit might seem challenging at first, but your muscles will thank you for making this important change. Start by diluting your diet soda with sparkling water. gradually increasing the water ratio until you're drinking plain sparkling water with just a splash of fruit juice for flavor. Herbal teas, both hot and iced, provide variety and hydration without artificial sweeteners or phosphorus that can interfere with muscle function. Replace refined white flour products with whole grain alternatives that provide the B vitamins and fiber your muscles need to function optimally. Whole grain bread, brown rice, pasta, and quinoa not only prevent the blood sugar spikes that trigger inflammation, but also provide sustained energy that keeps your muscles functioning smoothly throughout the day. If you're not used to whole grains, start by mixing them with your usual refined products, gradually increasing the portion of whole grains over time. For soup lovers, making your own broth is easier than you might think, and infinitely healthier for your muscles. Simply simmer chicken bones or vegetables with herbs and spices for several hours. Then strain and free-sized containers. When you want soup, add fresh vegetables and lean protein to your homemade broth. If you must use store-bought soup, look for low-sodium versions and dilute them with additional water or homemade to reduce the sodium concentration. One of the biggest mistakes people make when trying to prevent muscle cramps is focusing only on what they shouldn't eat, rather than ensuring they're getting enough of the nutrients their muscles desperately need. Mayo Clinic research shows that adequate intake of potassium, calcium, and magnesium is crucial for muscles and maintaining optimal muscle function. Foods rich in these minerals include leafy greens like spinach and kale, bananas and avocados for potassium, nuts and seeds for magnesium, and dairy products for calcium. Another common mistake is making too many changes at once, which often leads to feeling overwhelmed and eventually giving up entirely. Instead, choose one trigger food to eliminate each week, allowing your taste buds to adjust and helping you develop new habits that will last a lifetime. This gradual approach is much more sustainable and gives your body time to heal and restore its natural mineral balance. Many people also underestimate the critical importance of staying properly hydrated throughout the day. While avoiding the wrong beverages is important, you also need to ensure you're drinking enough of the right fluids to support optimal muscle function. Mayo Clinic recommends drinking plenty of liquids every day, as muscles need fluids to work properly and prevent cramping. Aim for at least 8 glasses of water daily, and increase this amount if you're active or live in a hot climate. The timing of your meals can also significantly affect your risk of muscle cramps, especially those that occur at night. Eating large meals close to bedtime can interfere with your body's natural muscle relaxation processes, and the mineral absorption that occurs during sleep. Instead, try to finish eating at least 3 hours before sleep, and if you need a bedtime snack, choose something light and rich in magnesium, like a small handful of almonds or a piece of dark chocolate. As you begin implementing these life-changing modifications, remember that healing takes time and patience. Your muscles have been dealing with the effects of these trigger foods for years, and it will take several weeks for your mineral levels to normalize and your muscle function to improve significantly. Be patient with yourself and celebrate small victories along the way, knowing that each positive change leads to a life free from the agony of muscle cramps. Dorothy, the teacher we met at the beginning of our journey, discovered that her muscle cramps were primarily triggered by her daily diet soda habit and her love of dairy sandwiches that she had been eating for lunch every day for over a decade. Within 6 weeks of eliminating these foods and replacing them with healthier alternatives, her nighttime leg cramps became a distant memory. "I wish I had known about this connection years ago," she says with a smile that lights up her entire face. "The solution was so simple, and now I sleep peacefully through the night, wake up refreshed, and can enjoy my morning walks without fear." Your journey to freedom from muscle cramps begins with understanding that you have far more control over control than you might have realized. The foods you choose to eat or avoid can literally be the difference between nights of agony and mornings of vitality, between living in fear of the next cramp and embracing life with confidence and strength. By eliminating these 5 trigger foods identified by Mayo Clinic and replacing them with muscle nourishing alternatives, you're taking a powerful step toward reclaiming your comfort, your mobility, and your quality of life. Remember, every meal is an opportunity to either support your muscle health or undermine it. Choose wisely, be patient with the healing process, and trust that your body has an incredible capacity to enhance when given the right tools and nutrients. Your muscles have carried you through life's journey with strength and resilience, and they deserve the chin that only proper nutrition can provide. Tonight, as you prepare for sleep, know that you now have the knowledge and power to wake up refreshed and cramp-free, ready to embrace each new day with strength, confidence, and the joy that comes from living without pain.